Hi, Bill, how are you doing?
Hey, Doug.
You guys claimed Nathan Rourke yesterday off waivers. Just curious to know what you know about, or here to what you know about Nathan Rourke and why you wanted to work with him.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I just found that out, and I just met him in the hallway. So it's going to be good to work with him, and we'll get going with him as soon as possible.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank
Next,
you.
next question, Evan Lazar.
Hey, Coach, thanks for doing this.
Hey, Evan.
I just wanted to ask you. Seems like you guys have been getting a lot of blitzes on early downs with Bailey, and in particular, like against play action and things like that. And I was just curious if you saw the same way, and what do you think is behind that high blitz rate on first and second down?
Yeah, I think we get that. You're right. I think in your observation, we get that probably to stop the run game. And so at times we handled that really well, especially in the first half against Kansas City. Second half didn't handle it as well. And so, that's something that we have to improve upon. But, we see that a lot. A lot of teams do that. The Denver does that. A lot of teams, that's part of their deal. You know what I mean? Try to get you in long yarded situations. And, so I don't think that's unique to us, but we have to do a more consistent job of handling it.
Great, and just like with the play actions in general, that's something that Bailey had a lot of success with, last year, and I'm just curious, what you're seeing with those plays and what has led to some of the up and down stuff off play action.
Yeah, sometimes, every year is different. If you look at us in the past, whether it was where I've been before or whatever it is last year, here this year, we really like play action, but it just hasn't been as consistently productive as it needs to be. At times, last Sunday it was decent, but sometimes where there was a protection breakdown or maybe a poor read or whatever it might be, it's something that needs to improve, and we're just going to keep working hard to try to improve it.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Next question, Ian Steele.
Hey, Bill. When you look back at the Chiefs game, what were the main differences between the first half when you guys were moving the ball and the second half?
Yeah, look, I think we came out and the first drive wasn't great, but after that it settled down and we started moving the ball, like you said, and made some decent plays. A little inconsistent, but made some decent plays. The second half, we come out in the first play, we throw an interception. So, that's not a good omen for the rest of the half. We got to be able to overcome it, but we throw an interception on the very first play, like that was not good. And so after that, it became, I think, at that point, a two-score game, and we had to do some different things, and just didn't go quite the way we wanted it to go. We can't turn the ball over, and we have to continue to try to stress that and make the guys understand. Bailey played, I think, a solid football game, and he'd be the first to tell you that he'd like to have that play back. But we've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
Next question, Mike Giardi.
Hey, Bill, how are you?
Hey, Mike. Good.
A question for you regarding tempo in the fourth quarter. I think talking to Ezekiel Elliott after the game, he's like, I kind of thought we would have played faster, but obviously he said that's not my decision. That's a coaching decision. In retrospect, do you feel like maybe there should have been a little bit more tempo there, down at that point, 3 scores?
We got the ball back with 4 minutes to go, I think, on our own 6-inch yard line, and so we decided to try to get 2 plays to try to punch it out of there. So we ran a quarterback sneak, and then we ran like a downhill duo type play. And then the next play, we were into a 2-minute mode in that third play, and we didn't complete the pass. And then the fourth down play, our protection wasn't great. So we were trying very hard to get into a tempo, but we weren't able to do it. And so, yeah, I would say that Zeke's on the money. We're trying to go faster there. We didn't get it done. We didn't do a good enough job of going faster. So, put that one on me.
Thanks, Bill.
Yep.
Next question, Chris Ryan.
Hey, Bill, back to, the second half versus first half for Bailey. You mentioned, blitz pickup was a big part of it. Obviously the interception you highlighted as well. Was that the biggest difference overall in, what Bailey was able to do in the first half versus the second half, or did you see something else?
No, I think that was, we struggled to run the ball. We struggled to get the run game going. There were some things that we missed. There could have been some better play calls. It was all a combination of things, and we just weren't able to be nearly as productive in the second half as we were in the first half. And we just have to continue to try to figure that out. We know this isn't the season that anybody wanted, but there's still football games left to be played and a lot of work to be done. So we're going to continue to try to grind it out and try to figure it out and try to get better. It's all about showing up every day and trying to be better and try to get better. So we have to get better in the second half of these games.
Thank you.
Next question, Dakota Randall.
Hey, Bill, I'm just wondering, what does Mac need to do to get another opportunity before the end of the season? Is there anything he can do to get another shot outside of someone else suffering an injury?
I think everybody's got to be ready to play, especially in the situation that we're in. I really do. I think that everybody has to be ready to go. Anybody that's on the 53-man roster really has to go out on the practice field and practice well and earn a shot to play. And that's whether you're a quarterback, wide receiver, tight end, running back, or offensive lineman. So I definitely, and I know that you've heard that from Bill, but that's the truth. Like you have to be ready to go, because if you practice really well, you're going to have a real shot to play. So I think that goes for every position.
And just one more, Mike Nwenu obviously played guard and tackle over his first few years here, and there are kind of been differing opinions on which position he's best suited for. Just for you, now that you've coached him, where do you think he fits best, and what strengths does he bring to both of those spots?
Yeah, he's done a really good job. He's very versatile, so he can definitely play guard, and obviously he can play tackle. He's got unique skill set for his size. He's got really good feet. He's very instinctive, very smart. So, that's kind of the way it has been around here for a long time. Is if you have linemen that can do different things, that's really makes them, in my opinion, very valuable. So I think Mike does a great job, and he's had to fill in at right tackle. Not fill in. I mean, he's been our starting right tackle for a while now, and then we always know that if we needed to, we could put him at guard because he's got that versatile skill set.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
And two final questions here, starting with Taylor Kiles.
Hey, Coach, thank you so much for your time.
Yep.
I was wondering with Cole Strange, it seemed like he was really turning a corner after the bye week, obviously the unfortunate injury. I was wondering what you had seen from him and the growth that he had once it seemed like he started getting healthier. And then with Antonio Mafi, we haven't really seen a ton of him in a while. I'm wondering behind the scenes what kind of progress you've seen from him.
Yeah, Cole was you definitely saw that correctly. I mean, he was definitely getting better, especially having missed a lot of time in the off season. He missed through no fault of his own. He missed a lot of time because of injury, and then he was finally kind of getting back into form. So it's tough when you see that. But Cole, he'll rehab and he'll be back at some point, I'm sure. Moff has done a good job, I think, with City and Moff and Jake Andrews. I think rookie year as an offensive lineman is very, very difficult, and it's all about improving and understanding. You go from UCLA or Eastern Michigan or Troy to now you're having to block NFL defensive linemen. That's a big jump, and so I think those guys work very hard. They're great guys. They're a lot of fun to coach. They show up every day. They put the work in, and I think you've seen improvement. So I think there's a bright future for those rookie offensive linemen.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And final question from Nick O'Malley.
Hey, Bill, we just heard from Cam that he was working without power at his own place. Everything okay for on your end and the rest of the coaching staff?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I don't know about everybody else, but yeah, the power's out, and yeah, the internet's down, which is tough when you got a college kid on Christmas break. But yeah, it's tough. But hopefully it's getting better. Look, I'm looking out the window right now. It looks like it's getting better today, but somebody said it's going to be like a week before the power comes on. I hope not. That would be a tough situation for all of us.
We talk a lot about how weather impacting the game environment. Like, oh, it's gonna snow. It's harder to kick the football, but getting the winter storms with the snow and the harsh winds. How's that affect logistics in the middle of the week, getting guys ready for practice, preparing during the week, and even just living a normal life?
Yeah, I think that's one of the best things, and one of the things that you learn when you work here for Bill is, we go out there because of where we play. Playing outdoors, representing the region that we represent. I mean, we go out and we play outside. We practice outside, so we're always outside. It's rare, very rare, unless it was lightning, that we would be in the bubble. So I think our players are weathered, no pun intended. They're weathered for poor weather because of how we do that, how we practice, and we're ready to play in those elements. And whether it's ball handling or kicking or throwing or having to get your feet in the ground underneath you to make a tackle, whatever it is, we're ready for that because of how we practice in those elements over the years.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.